Hi everybody, so in this video I'm going to talk about a call I just had with somebody regarding a potential investment they want to make with £300,000, and the situation is as follows. So the person's looking to refinance on his home mortgage and pull out £300,000 to invest in properties, and he wanted to understand what are the potential strategies that he should look at, because he's pretty much been told about buy-to-let as being the way forward to maximize his return on his money. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about what happens to his investment if he puts all the 300,000 in buy-to-lets versus what happens to it and his return if he bought and managed a HMO portfolio. So let's get to it. So first thing, he's got £300,000. He has refinanced this from his own home. So that's going to cost him money. So there's a cost of capital that we all have to remember we're having to pay to take that money out. So when he takes out the £300,000, on an average, he's investing in the southeast of England. £300,000 is the average house price he's going to pay. For £300,000, his £300,000 will buy him 4 houses. So that's £75,000 per house as deposit, which is 25% of the purchase price of £300,000. So that's the first thing. He can buy 3 houses at 75% deposit on each house. The reason why it's 3, not 4, is because as follows. Because on each house, he will have to pay SDLT, stamp duty land tax, which currently as an investor is a surcharge of 3%. So on each £300,000 house, his SDLT will be £14,000 plus £1,000 for legals. So let's square it as 75,000 deposit, 14,000 legal, 14,000 SDLT, stamp duty land tax, and 1,000 legal. That's 15,000 plus 75. You're looking at £90,000 per house that he will have to spend upfront. So if he's got 300,000, 90 times 3 is 270,000. So that's really he can buy 3 houses on a buy-to-let with 90,000 on each. What happened to his money is the most important thing. In these areas, the typical rent's around £1,200. So for a 3-bedroom house, he will be able to make £1,200 per month of rental income. But he has to pay a mortgage on that because he's borrowing 225,000. The difference between 300,000, 75,000 pounds deposit from his cash, he borrows 225 as a mortgage, and that as a limited company, which most people need to be buying now as under limited company, will cost him right now, because we are in July and everything's gone up. The interest rate's going up because Bank of England's pushing base rate up. We're around about 4%. So 225,000 borrowed at 4% interest, fixed for 5 years, let's say, will cost him £9,000 or £750 per month. So the next layer of analysis is £1,200 rental coming in, £750 of interest only mortgage going out. So that leaves him a £750 gross profit on each house. Times 3, he's going to net a gross profit of £1,350 per month, which you think actually that's pretty good. I'll make almost £1,400 per month. But then don't forget, the third layer of assessment is that money is costing him something to borrow. That's not his savings. He's remortgaged his house, and a lot of people do that. So don't forget to costing your cost of capital. So when you do that, what you find is that on a buy-to-let, buying 3 houses, which you think gross profit is yielding you £1,350, actually, when you add your cost of capital, in this example, he borrows 300,000 on his personal name at 3% on average per year. Well, that 300,000 will cost him £9,000 per year or £750 per month. So his actual profit before any kind of maintenance or any repairs or anything like that is actually £1,350 less £750. That gives you a net profit before any of those taxes and management costs, and that's assuming no management costs here, but any kind of maintenance cost is only £600 per month. So that's across 3 houses, so really £200 per month per house. When you look at a return on investment, which is what I teach people to look at and how to assess these deals, the return on investment are as follows: £600 across 3 houses times 12 months. That will give him £7,200 per year. that in terms of return on investment is 7,200 divided by the 300,000 pound that you're using to fund that purchase. So the return on a buy to let on these numbers is a measly 2.4%. And actually, I'll argue that's lower because there will be some cost of maintenance here. If you're using an agent as well, you're pretty much looking at below 2% return on your money. Wow. So you borrow 300,000, you buy 3 houses, you virtually make 2% return on your money. I tell you what, is it really worth it? Well, it's worth it only if you are looking at a long term. Because in the long term, typically in the UK, house prices go from here and they escalate up. So in 10 years from now, these prices would have typically doubled in value. That's how you'll make money. But if you're doing it today to make money today so you can spend today, go on holiday today, actually, you're really gonna make a measly 2% return on your money. Look at the next video after this and I'll explain about how those numbers work for if you're buying HMO and you invest in HMOs.